diagram above shows ABC, a sector of a circle with center A and radius 7 centimeters. Given that the size of angle BAC is exactly 0.8 radians, find A, the length of BC. So the length BC is an arc. To find an arc, you don't need to remember the formula. All you need to do is compare an arc to a circle. A circle has its own arc, which is called circumference, and circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. An arc, which is generated from a sector, so this is the arc here, the red part. That arc is labeled L, has its own angle, theta. Likewise, a circle has its own angle, 2 pi. 2 pi equals 360 degrees. So all we need to do is to compare the two together as a ratio. So what I say, I'm looking for L, so I'm going to put it on top. L over theta of the sector should be equal to 2 pi r over the angle 2 pi. So 2 pi cancels 2 pi. Therefore, L over theta equals r. And that implies that if I rewrite it, L will be equal to r theta. So you don't need to memorize the arc of a sector. Now to find the arc of a sector in radians, we know that r is 7 centimeters. So L is going to be 7 times 0.8. And if you plug that into your calculator, you should get 5.6 centimeters. So the arc of the sector here, which is BC, that's the arc, and that arc is 7.6 centimeter. Now we're to find the area of the sector ABC. Area of a sector is basically, so area of a sector is a half r squared times theta, and that is a half 7 squared times 0.8 rad, and that equals 49 over 2 times 0.8. And that would, if you plug that into your calculator, you shall get 19.6 centimeters squared. And that's the area of the sector ABC. So that's the answer that we're looking for. The point D is the midpoint here, is the midpoint of AC. The region R shows shaded in the diagram above is bounded by the CD, DB, and the arc BC. Find the perimeter of R. So perimeter of R will be DC plus DB plus BC. Giving your answer to 3 significant figures. We've already found the BC earlier. So BC was centimeter. AD, as you can see, AB is 7 And AC is also 7 because these are the radius that form the arc of a sector. Therefore, AD must be 3.5. So we know that length. 0.5 centimeters. Now what we need to do, so we got 3.5 and we've got this angle here. So what we need to do is use this angle and use cosine rule. And the cosine rule we're going to use is we're going to find a dB. So dB squared will be equal to AB squared plus AD squared minus 2AB AD cos A. So this is what I've now used. I've used the cosine rule to find this. And therefore, let's plug the values in. AB is 7 plus AD is 3.5 minus 7 times 3.5 times 2 cos 0.8. Now 0.8, cos of 0.8 has to be in radians because we are working in radians here. So this is the angle is given in radians. So to work in radians, you need to make sure your calculator is in radians. If you turn on your calculator, it should show R on top of your screen, on the top part of your screen. If it doesn't show R, it probably shows D. D stands for degree and R stands for radians. To change it to R, you press Shift, Menu, and then you press 2 for angle input, press 2 for radians. Now it should show R on the top part of your screen. So to work out the side dB, so that would be 49 plus, now 3.5 squared in there, 49 over 4, because that's 7 over 2, minus 7 times 7 over 2 times 2 cos 0.8. So dB squared equals 49 plus 7, 49 over 4. 49 over 4 is 12.25 plus 49. That would be 61.25. So that's 61.25 minus, well, this is 2 counts to 2. So you get 49 cos 0.8. And that's 61.25 minus 34.14. dB squared equals 27.11. And dB, if you square root both sides, you get square root of 27.11. That is 5.21 centimeter. So dB is 5.21 centimeters. This is 3.5, and we just calculated BC, which is 5.6, and plus BC, which is 5.6. Add all together, you get 14.3. of R equals 14.3 centimeters. And that's the answer we're looking for. D, we are to calculate the area of R. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. R is part of the sector here. So I've got a triangle here and a big sector. The sector is bigger than the triangle. So if I find the area of the sector and take away the area of the triangle, then I'll get the area of R. So sector area was 19.6 centimeters squared. I need to find the area of triangle. And the area of the triangle ABD, I know this side here, it's 3.5, 5.21. So to find the area of the triangle, I have to use a half AD times sine A. And this is sine A here. So that's the sine A. We have to work in radians. So that will be equal to a half AD is 3.5 and AB is 7 times sine 0.8. Again, we have to make sure the calculator is in radians. So if we plug that in radians, we have to make sure the top of the screen is showing R. So if we plug that the values in here, so we'll get 3.5 times 7 divided by 2 times sine 0.8, we get 8.788 centimeters squared. That's the area of the triangle. Area of R equals sector area minus triangle area, and that will be 19.6 minus 8.79, and that gives, and that equals 10.8. So that gives 10.8 centimeters squared of R. So that's area of R, and that's what we're looking for.